let's start. Okay, we were doing PySpark and I was going to do your final project. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, this project is sort of related to your real world project. Anything you don't understand, stop me then and there. Don't wait till the end. Let's keep it very conversational. Ask me the silliest of the doubts. It does not matter, but please do not wait or sit quiet. Okay. It is very important that you ask me whatever doubts you have. Right. Now, let's say I have a requirement. Okay. Let's say I'm working for a company called Walmart. Okay. Now, Walmart is an e-commerce company. They have stores, but we are working for their e-commerce wing. Okay. What is e-commerce? Anything that is sold online, like your Flipkart. Let's say Flipkart, forget Walmart. Let's say we work for Flipkart. Okay. Now, what happens in a e-commerce company? Okay. In an e-commerce company, there are different departments. There is different things that happen. So someone who works for an e-commerce company or who knows shopping online, they might be able to guess what are the different things that happens in an e-commerce company. Okay, number one, customer registration. All right. So when you go to Flipkart, you first provide your details and you register, right? You provide your email, you provide your phone number, you provide your bank details, your card details, and all of that. Okay. Now, this is your first part. The second part is when you buy something online. Let's say you bought a pen. Okay. Now, this pen, whenever you buy it, you are going to that website, you're looking for pen, search bar, you search for pen, and you get all the pens that they're selling, and you select the pen and you pay for it. Correct? So that is your second part, which is purchase. All right. Now, when you purchase, the next part that happens is delivery. All right, which is nothing but logistics. So the pen is getting delivered to your house, let's say in 2 days. Okay. Then we have, once it gets delivered, you receive the pen and then you see, then you don't like the quality. So you return the pen back. That is returns. All right. Now, when you return the pen back, what is the next thing that happens?
We'll receive the money back.
Refund.
Refund. Okay. So the money comes to you. All right. Now, after that, the last stage is you provide review for that product, which is 1 star to 5 star. Correct. So these are the different stages that happens in an e-commerce company. Now, although these are stages, there are different departments. Number one, your CRM. CRM is what? Customer relationship management. What do you mean by customer relationship management? So when you register as a customer, I don't know if you've seen, you get emails. Okay, we're running an offer for you. You're a prestigious customer. You're a premium customer. We are running deals for you. So you get these emails. That is coming from CRM. All right. Now, what is the world's most popular CRM? Does anyone know?
Salesforce.
Salesforce.
Amazon.
No, Amazon is not a CRM now. Amazon is your it's an e-commerce company again. It is not
Salesforce, sir.
Salesforce. All right. Salesforce is a CRM. What is CRM does? What does a CRM do? It will keep the customer engaged. So what it does is it does a lot of things like automated emails. It'll send out an email saying, okay, now you purchased a pen. Now your delivery will come on so and so date. That all that automation, okay, of customer journey happens on CRM. Now let's say you're a customer, but you've not um, purchased anything for like 6 months. Randomly, you get an email from them saying, "Okay, you've not been on our website for so long. Can you please uh, um, okay, uh,
Provide a coupon.
yeah, can you please? I'm giving you an offer. Can you please come and buy whatever any kind of deals, any kind of offers? All that is taken care by your CRM system. All right. Next, what do I get? What do I have? I have uh, finance team. The finance team manages all your revenue, all your refunds, all your profitability. All that happens in your finance team. Then we have logistics team. Logistics team is responsible for delivering the pen. When you order, they are the ones who deliver that to your home. So they have logistic partners. Okay, like DTDC, delivery, FedEx. All these guys are people who are logistic partners. So they are partnering with Flipkart. So they will take care of all the delivery part. Then we have customer survey. These guys are called CSAT, customer satisfaction. Okay. Now they are responsible to call you after the sale or send you an email saying, can you please give us a review? Got it? So these, like this, there are many departments inside your company. Okay. Now, whatever company related information, all right, whatever information that you are providing to Flipkart, all that information will be stored on a database. Yes or no? Like your
Yes.
Yes.
all of that will be stored on a database. And we are assuming that database was a MySQL database. Okay. We are assuming it's a relational database, which is a MySQL database. Okay. Now, sometimes what happens is, this is a real world scenario I'm talking about. Okay. So all your purchase details will be stored on MySQL. All your finance reporting and all that, it can happen on a different database. They might, let's say I'm a company, right? I can choose some other software to manage my finances. And I can choose another software to manage my deliveries, logistics. I can choose a different software to manage my customer satisfaction. So they can be a company can be using multiple different softwares because they are not responsible for building these softwares. They are responsible for building your e-commerce website. All the remaining softwares in the backend, all right, is taken care by different companies who are only focused on building that software. All right. Now, when they build this software, all this data is stored on that software. Now, if everything is there in one place, this is called ERP, Enterprise Resource Platform. And who is the most famous ERP?
SAP.
SAP. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of SAP? They have a software for finance. They have a software for logistics. They have a software for sales. They have a software for customer satisfaction. Everything they have a separate software. You must have heard of SAP MM, SAP Finance, right?
HCM.
SAP, ABAP, all these
ABAP.
different things you must have heard, right? Now, these are individual modules, separate softwares. But when a company like Flipkart, what they do is they say, we will buy your entire suite, all softwares, which means the finance team can exchange data with the sales team can be exchanged data with delivery guys can be exchanged. So every data is interrelated. It is happening in one environment. That is why ERP is very powerful. Okay. Now all companies do not use ERPs. They might use different softwares. If they're using ERP, fair and everything is fair and nice. If not, then these different softwares, they need to talk to each other. Okay, somehow. So what they'll do is, let's say I have a finance product and I go to Flipkart and I say, boss, I have this amazing finance tool. If you use my finance tool, you will get XYZ benefits, and I will give you a way to interact with other parts of your business. Okay, so that way everything is managed, and this software, the data is stored in a database somewhere, but that database and your database can talk to each other. And I will do all the fitting, witting, and all that. I will take care. Don't worry about it. All right. And he will sell the software. Now, what used to happen before in these old e-commerce websites is this is what used to happen, where they would buy a software for everything separately. Nowadays, we have ERPs. Everything is in one place. Okay. So whenever a company is storing data about their customer, all right, they are storing it in a database. So your sales data, your customer data, your product data, your vendors data, everything is stored in one single database. Now, fine, this is done. Now you understood where the data is getting stored. Yes, everybody is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The company you're joining, we don't know how they are managing their data. But let's assume that this company is storing data, some data in their major primary database. Some data is stored, like customer satisfaction is stored in a different database, and another finance data is stored in a different database. So like that, we have 3 databases. Okay. Now, when we building dashboards, our job is to prepare data for the dashboard. Correct. That is our job. That is what our job is. All right. We are not there to just play around with the data and have fun. We are there so that we can bring all the data together in one place and give them data in such a way that they can build reports, dashboards. That is why they're paying you so much money. Or they will use all this data and they will build some machine learning models, prediction models. For example, okay, this customer is buying this during this year. Why not give him an offer and make him buy more? Things like that. Got it? So this is internal data. Whatever data I spoke about now, it is all internal data which is stored in internal databases by the company. Then we have where does Flipkart advertise? Where do they go and advertise?
Okay, let's say
YouTube, Instagram, social media pages.
Social media.
Advertise on social media.
Social media.
All right. Now, when you go advertise on Google or Facebook or Instagram, all right, that data is not internal. That is external. Why? Because when you advertise on Facebook, that data is yours, no doubt about it. but it is not stored on your database. It is stored on Facebook database. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with Google. Correct. So that data, all that marketing data is stored on Google, Facebook, or Instagram, their database. Yes, you can access the data by logging in and all that, but that data is not in your internal systems. My own system, my own ERP. It does not exist. Which means if I need that data, I need to go to Facebook or Instagram or Google and ask them to give me that data, or you can download it. Okay. So this is second type of data. First is internal, which is all the systems are inside your company and you can access the database. It is your own database. The second type of data is external data, which is you have to go to Facebook, Instagram, or Google and ask them to give you the data, or you can download that data. So this is second type of data. The third type of data is called flat files. Now you must be thinking, sir, what is flat files? Flat files is like your Excel, like your CSV, like your Word, like your PDF. All right. Now they could be like, let's say what really happens in customer satisfaction is they will not usually have an internal team. They will outsource it to an external team. And that company, their job is only to do customer satisfaction. So that way, what they do is every month they will call all the customers. They'll be running some call centers. They will call all the customers and you must have received, sir, on a scale of 0 to 5, how much will you rank us? How was the sales agent? How was the delivery? All that questions they ask. Usually this is outsourced. Okay, usually. All right. Now, when they do that survey, they send that survey data in a flat file. What is a flat file? In a CSV document. All right. So today we interviewed 5,000 customers, and on a scale of 0 to 5 for this question, they gave 4, 5, 6 like that. They'll give you this data. So now we understood three types of data.
Yes, sir.
One is internal, which is sitting in your own database. The second one is sitting on someone else's database. And third type of data is where the whatever department or whoever, they're giving you flat files. Even finance, they will normally give you, even though they have a database, they will not normally give you data from the database. They will download the data. They will change some numbers here and there, and then they will give you the final number in a CSV document. This is what usually happens. Got it? So now we have three sources of data. Okay. So when they ask you in your interview, what are the different data sources that you had? Okay. The first source was our internal database, which was a MySQL database. The second database was a third-party database, which was Google and Facebook, where we were getting marketing data from. And the third was they were giving us flat files and it was stored in a folder. That folder name is called SFTP folder. What is SFTP folder? It is like a normal folder like this, simple folder, but it will have password. You understood? All right. So these are the three data sources that you had. Everybody is clear about it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, for my internal database, how can I connect to that database? You guys already know.
JDBC
By using
drive.
API.
We can either do API or JDBC, but you guys JDBC.
JDBC.
Okay. So for my internal database, I use JDBC connection. And for that, you remember what are the parameters? We use username, password, host, driver. All right. And URL. Correct. So this is what we connected using these data. We connected to a JDBC. All right. Now the second type of data source was your third-party data source, which was Google, Facebook. For that, we connected using APIs. Okay. Now, does everyone know what API is?
Application program.
Application program interface.
But do you understand what it is in simple? No. Does anyone not know? Everybody knows?
So
Anybody?
can you tell?
It will act like it will connect to applications.
Correct. Now, let me put it in simple words. Did I give you example of water tank? No?
Yes, yes. You have given Facebook and Google example.
Correct. So, to remind you again, okay, imagine this third-party database is like your water tank. Okay. Now, what Google does is they will say, darling, your data is there in this database. Now, I cannot give you access to the full database. What I will do is I will build a pipe from the water tank. Imagine that as a water tank. I will build a pipe for you. And this guy who builds a pipe is your API developer. Okay, backend API developer. I will build a pipe. In this, when I'm building a pipe, I will put condition that only your data can be extracted through this pipe. Okay, now that pipe will come to your kitchen or your bathroom or wherever. Okay, and when you open that pipe, you're getting the water from the water tank. So that what request are we sending? We are sending a GET request. Got it? Now, if I'm putting more water into the water tank, new water, then I will do a post request. Okay, so I have a GET request. What is GET request? It is getting the data that is already there in the water tank. If I'm putting new data into that water tank or new water into that water tank, then I will do a post request. Okay. If I'm updating the data in that water tank,
Put request.
Put request.
I will do a put request. Okay. Which means it will update the entire water in that water tank, not just some water. Then I'm using patch request. In patch, it will only update some part of the water depending on your condition. Did you guys understand what is get, post, put, patch?
Sir, selective data.
Huh?
Sir, it collects only selective data.
Huh? Whatever data that you need, whatever data you should have access to, only that data will be given access to you. Google will not give, let's say I am Flipkart, will it give me Amazon's marketing data?
No.
No, sir.
No. But even Amazon data is there in the same database because even they are using Google for marketing. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So my pipe will only give me my data. And I can extract my data through this pipe. That pipe is called API. It is a connection to my database where I can extract data, whatever data I need, which is only my data. And that is built by the API developer. So what he'll do is, I will expose this API to you and you can get your marketing data from here. You understood, guys?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Doubts in what API is?
So it's built by the like backend developer or data engineer?
By the backend developer. You guys don't do it. It is built by a Python or a Go, Java or all these backend developers. They build this. It is not your job. Your job is only consuming data. In some interviews, okay, they will ask you, do you have experience building APIs? Please say no. Got it? Don't be scared to say no. Why? Because what a lot of companies do, not a lot, some companies do is they want everything
In 1%.
in one person. So they're like, okay, if this guy can build, in whatever, if this guy knows Python, then he might know this as well. So it might be like, good to have, but it is not mandatory. It is not even your job. Like Power BI, like Tableau. All right. They will ask you, have you built dashboards? Okay. For that, you can say, I know how to build dashboards using Power BI. I have used it, but that was not my job. We had a data analyst who was doing this. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's like when you go to a restaurant, that owner of that restaurant is interviewing you, and he will ask you, boss, do you know how to cook food? You say yes. Now he'll ask you, do you know how to clean tables? All right. Now you can say, yes, I know how to clean tables, but it is not my job. I was not doing it. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So that is what some companies do nowadays, which is, can you do that? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you know how to do that? Now it is not, if it is not your job, please say no. Don't be scared to say no. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One second. Okay. So this is how this works. Okay. So now, okay. So the second one, so one is your JDBC connection, and another one is your
API.
API connection. Now API connection is for third party
Third
arrangement.
party.
Okay. Now what happens is, the next one we have is SFTP folder, where they will dump the files, whatever flat files that they're getting, they will dump files. Okay. And these files will they will dump it into a folder which is called an SFTP folder, and there might be some departments which is only managing data in CSV document or a Excel file or whatever. All right. So because of this, we can extract data from this folder. Okay. So we can, whatever files they're giving, we can extract data from this folder. Usually it is CSV files. Okay. So we're getting these three sources of data and whatever. Now with JDBC connection, we are doing a direct connection to our database, and I already showed you how to connect to that database and how to define what files you're getting and load that data into your data frame directly. All right. Now, once we get this data, we have all this different data from different places, right? Now, our job is to bring all this data into one place. Okay. We bring all the data to one place, and from there, we will use different ways of transforming data. Now, for example, I have some small data coming, let's say maybe about um, 200 MB of data. Okay. Now, when we get this 200 MB of data, we can use pandas to transform this data, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I will use pandas in this case. All right. Then I will clean that data and I'll put it somewhere else. Then if I'm getting large amounts of data, let's say 2 GB or 3 GB, 5 GB, in that case, I'm reading that data into my data frame using my JDBC connection, and I will use PySpark to transform that data. Okay. So like this, we can bring this data into all the data into one place, and from there we are using different ways to transform this data and load it into our final destination, where it will be consumed by someone else to build these dashboards. Got it? So that is our job, which is what? The cleaning, extraction, transformation, and then loading. Once we load the data, someone else will take it from there, maybe a data analyst who will just drag and drop and build the dashboard, which is why their demand is not as much as a big data engineer, because all the dirty work is done by you guys. Okay. Now, this is the problem statement. We're working for an e-commerce company. We are getting data from multiple sources, including SFTP folders, CSV files. All right. Then we're also getting okay. Let's say we have to move all that files into one bucket. That bucket, imagine it is like a folder like this. Okay. And from S3 bucket, we are doing some transformations like removing duplicates, count the number of null values, fill null values, create a new column to run some aggregations. All right. And then I want to write the file into two places. One is your final destination, which is called Redshift. What is Redshift? Redshift is a data warehouse. Now, what is the difference between the place where all the raw data comes and sits, which is untransformed origin? It is called a data lake. Now, what is a data lake? Again, it is like a folder.
Storage system.
Correct. It is like a simple folder like this in the cloud, which can store structured, unstructured, semi-structured, any type of data, which is where all the data is coming and sitting there. Got it? This second type of data source, the data warehouse that I'm talking about, which is Redshift. Some of the examples is Redshift, Snowflake. They're all data warehouses. Now, what happens in data warehouses? That raw data that is sitting in your data lake, once we transform, clean, and make it nice structured, that data is stored in your final data warehouse, which is nothing but your Redshift. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Imagine that like another database, but it is less normalized. It uses star schema, which is why it uses OLAP, online analytical processing. All right. And your day-to-day transactional database uses what?
OLTP.
OLTP.
Which uses what schema?
Snowflake. Normalization.
Snowflake. It uses Snowflake. Okay. After normalization, the schema is called Snowflake. Okay. So it uses Snowflake. Now, which one is less normalized? OLTP or OLAP?
OLAP.
OLAP.
Correct. So the normalized data that is coming from OLTP, we are transforming it and putting it inside our Redshift, which is our OLAP. Got it? So by the time it goes to Redshift, we have joined the tables. We've brought all the different data from different places. We've created a massive table and we're putting it inside Redshift. Okay. So what he's saying is, I want one file, that final file after transforming. One, I want it to go to my Redshift, and one I want to send it to my another folder in Parquet format. And you guys know what Parquet format is, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now, after doing all these, okay, after doing all these, the data analyst will consume this data and he'll do whatever he wants to do. It can be a data analyst or a data scientist who will consume this data that you gave him in this nice, neat format inside Redshift. He will take that and he will do whatever he wants to do with that. He can build prediction models, he can build reports, whatever he wants to do, he will do it. Your job is finished. Your job ends when the data is coming to your final destination, which is Redshift or that other folder where you're dumping it. Got it? So far, so good. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, once all of this is done, we are doing all this. Okay. Now, let's try to build this using code. Okay. Now, the first thing first, we are going to import our Spark session from PySpark.sql import Spark session. Then we have two things over here. One is struct type and struct field. Now, what is struct type and struct field? All right, if we want to create a manual schema, this is an interview question. How do you build a manual schema in PySpark? Okay, like you remember in SQL, we use create table name with different columns and data types.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Same thing, we can do it here using something called struct type and struct field. All right, struct type means I'm telling them that I'm going to build a schema. Inside that, struct field means individual columns and the data type. What is true or false? True or false means required or not required. What do you mean by required or not required?
Mandatory
Can be
data
null or not.
Correct.
Value.
It means
or not null.
if that data is mandatory or not mandatory. If I put it as false, that means that customer can leave that column, that row blank if needed. So here I built a schema called with the columns customer ID, customer name, city, age, gender, and salary. These are the columns in my schema, and I have this data like this, okay, which is a list of tuples. And then to build a data frame manually, how will I do it? Spark.create data frame, data and the schema that I created manually. So far, so good?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So
sir.
instead of that, hello sir.
Yeah.
So instead of that infer schema equals to true, like we like this to write manual schema.
Correct.
Is it
Infer
true?
schema means it will automatically read the schema.
Okay.
We're not changing anything, correct? It is going and reading the data from the CSV file and it is automatically understanding the schema. Here, it is not automatically understanding the schema. We are manually defining the schema.
And which is the good practice?
There's no good or bad here. It is requirements. All right. It is depending on your requirement. Now, very rarely we will do something like this.
Okay.
Why would we create a schema manually? Very rarely, unless the company is like there's a requirement for you to do it, then only you would do this. Otherwise, you will always read it from a CSV file or from a database or from an API, correct? We will very rarely do manual schema because we will not produce any manual data. Now, one example of producing manual data is when I have some fixed data. For example, give me an example. Okay, something like let's say I want some fixed data about. I have some fixed data about the cities that I only.
Lit function, sir.
What ma?
Lit function you can use, no, to manually fill the data.
Lit is a function that will load the data into a specific column, whatever data. But in this case, I'm building a manual table. Okay, I'm not building a manual. I'm not filling a specific column manually. All right. I am building a manual table. For example, let's say I have conversion rates. Okay. So the customer tells me, I only want you to use this conversion table. I don't want you to use anything else. In that case, I can build a manual schema like this. Or I'll ask him to give me a CSV file with that conversion data and I can read it. So very rarely we would do this. Okay. But you need to know to create a manual schema, the functions that I will use is what?
Struct type.
Struct type,
and struct field.
Struct field.
Correct. We will use struct type and struct field.
Krish, one more doubt.
Yeah.
We can use struct type and struct field for in case, for example, if we are having a huge data and if you want to change the data type of a column for a specific column, we can also use struct field and struct type for that as well, right?
Not really. Because in this case, we are defining the schema manually. To change the data type, we have casting functions, no? Of a column. We can use casting functions for a column to change the data type. We will not use struct type. Here we are manually creating the entire schema. We are manually creating the entire table. We are not doing it for a specific column. All right. So in that schema, if in that table, I only want some data to be managed. Only then I will use what you call as the
Struct type.
struct type and struct field. If I'm changing data types in a specific column that I read from a CSV, then I can use cast functions.
Got it, Krish.
Okay. All right. Now, so far so good. Okay. Now, I have created this. I wanted to show you this. That's why I created this. Okay. Otherwise, you don't need, we will never, I have never come across a project where we've done this. Very rarely. Because even if we have a custom file that people are sending, custom table, even then they'll put it inside a CSV file and send us. Or you can demand it. You can say, boss, can you put it in a CSV file and send it so I can infer the schema? Got it? With some sample data. But very rarely we will do this. Struct type and struct field. But you need to know that this is an option. They have asked this in interviews previously. Okay. How do you manually create a schema in PySpark?
India imports almost.
Okay. Then we have this bucket I told you, S3 bucket. S3 will come to S3 bucket when we go to AWS. But what does this S3 bucket do?
Storage.
Storage. This is your data. This is your data lake. This is where your raw data is getting stored. Now for that, what do we need? We need the location. We need the access key and secret key, which is given by AWS. Okay, when you create as S3, when we go to S3, we will see this. Okay, so we are manually creating this. We will get this data, and we will all the data from all the three sources will be getting dumped into this bucket. Now imagine this bucket like a folder, simple folder where we are dumping the data. Okay. Then your final destination, which is Redshift. Even for that, we need the credentials because that is where your final data is going. Correct. So for that also, I need the name of the table. I need the cluster name. I need the URL. I need the username. I need the password. So this also will be given to you by the person who is managing your Redshift. Okay. So this is my source. This is my destination. Okay. So far, so good.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what are the different transformations that he asked for? He said, I want the count of null values. So in my name column is null will tell me if the row is null or not. If it is null, give me a sum of that. Give me a sum of the total null values in my name. All right. So this is how we do this for only name column. But now if I want it for all columns, how will I do it? I will loop through all the columns. So for I in df.columns, and I will do the same thing inside. Instead of name, I'm putting I here. You understood? Now this will give me a count of nulls in all the columns. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, then he also said, can you drop the duplicates? Now we know how to drop the duplicates. df.drop duplicates. Simple. And I'm saving it inside. Then fill NA. You also know fill NA. df.fill NA. Age. If you have null values in age, fill it with 30. If you have null values in salary, fill it with 50,000. Okay. Now we can either do this or we can do it. How else can we do this? We can do this with mean median mode. Correct? Let's say we'll assume that the customer gave us these values and he says, boss, if you find any null values in age column, can you fill it with 30? And if you find any null values in salary column, fill it with 50,000. Okay. So far, so good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, then he said, make a column, a new column, some aggregation you do. So I'm showing some random aggregation. So let's say we'll build a new column called salary category. Now to create a new column, what is the function we use?
With
With
column.
column.
With column.
With
With
column.
column. All right. So df dot with column. The name of the column is salary category. And I'm putting a condition inside. What is the condition? When column salary, what does call function do?
Call
Select
columns.
the column.
Selects the column.
Hmm.
Okay. Call function will select the column. So in this case, it is selecting salary column. So when the salary column is less than 50,000, call it low. Dot when column salary is greater than or equal to 50,000 and column salary is less than 60,000, call it medium. Otherwise, call it high. So now I have a salary category column which will have these categories inside it: low, medium, and high. So far, so good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I finished all the transformations. He only asked for 2-3 transformations. I finished it. Now I have two locations I need to move the data to. One is my Redshift. I already told you this, which is a data warehouse. All right. The second place he told is, can you dump this data in Parquet format in another S3 bucket? So I have a target S3 bucket and I am going to dump this in that S3 bucket in Parquet format. So now what mode do we have? So we have df.write.mode overwrite. Now if I write only df.write.parquet, it will replace that file or it will create a version of that file every time we dump it there with the same name. But I have written it in overwrite mode. Now, what does overwrite mode do? As the name suggests, it will override the existing file. Correct?
Yes.
Right. Now we have different modes. We have overwrite mode and we have append mode. What does append mode do? It will
Create a new row
append the new data
At the end.
of the file.
at the end of that file. Okay. Overwrite mode means it will overwrite all the data in that file. It will replace that entire file with the new data. That is what this is doing. So I'm going to use overwrite mode because every time it comes through, I'm saying, boss, just overwrite it. I don't want to append it. Okay. So now my first location the data has gone there. The file has got dumped in my first location, which is my S3 bucket. Now, the second thing that he said was write it in a Redshift into some table. All right. So for that also, what will I do? df.write.format, JDBC format, because that is also like a database. So I can also use a JDBC connection to connect to that. And I'm using JDBC connection and I'm providing the URL, the table name, the username, the password name, and I'm writing an overwrite mode there as well. Okay. So this will write the data to my Redshift. Okay. And finally, I'm printing the data has been saved successfully. All clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you might be thinking, sir, how will I remember all these syntax? All right. Trust me, you write it twice, it'll become your first nature. Okay. If you look at the code, it is like English. It is all English. But you need to know, okay, is null will tell me null, then dot sum. So I need the total sum of null values. All right. Drop duplicates, you already know. Fill NA, you already know. Now category column, you already know. Create a with column, salary category, and you're writing a condition here. You write this condition 2 times. I will see how you will not understand it. Okay. Now in your real world, when you're working on a real project, you think you'll be writing all this code yourself by remembering and by hearting it?
No.
No, sir.
No. You will have support from our best friend. Who is our best friend?
Copilot.
ChatGPT.
GPT.
Okay. Everybody is using this. Without that, you will not be allowed into a project. Trust me on that. Nowadays, they become so strict. I was talking to one of the CEOs of a massive company. Okay. He recently got awarded for like the best CEO of that company or whatever. Anyways, I was talking to him. His name is Hatim. He's from Egypt. Okay. He's living in Bangalore and we go to the same gym. So I was talking to that guy and he was telling me in his company and other companies, any company that I've been talking to, in his company, they've made it compulsory to use ChatGPT for coding. If they're not using, they're actually putting them on performance plans. If they don't know how to use it appropriately, everybody is sent for training on how to use Copilot and ChatGPT. Anybody working in a company here who's going through the same thing? So not everybody, nobody is sitting and writing the code from scratch, but you need to know this code for your interview. Now, what code am I asking for? Okay. Do you know how to read data from a CSV file?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Do you know how to create a new column?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to drop duplicates, fill NA,
Yes,
drop
sir.
NA?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how to write it into another Parquet format or a Parquet file or a CSV file?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know what parameters do we need for a JDBC connection?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Do
Yes,
you know
sir.
how to use those parameters and read data from a JDBC?
Yes, sir.
That's all, boss. That's all. Can we remember this for your interview and do this 2-3 times?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Repeatedly.
Yes.
Okay. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. I did about 2-3 of these. Okay. Now, when we do the project, you will understand that, okay, how to read data from a CSV file, how to read data from a JDBC connection, how to read data from a SFTP folder or whatever. It does not matter where it is. Reading data is reading JDBC or reading CSV. That's it. Or reading JSON. That's it. This is all you need to know. In your interview, they will ask you a scenario-based question. If they ask you a scenario-based question, they will give you a simple scenario like this. I am getting file into my S3 bucket. I want you to read that file, run some transformation, and load that file into another S3 bucket. That's it. Now, from S3 bucket, I need S3 location, the file name, the access key, secret key. That is from. Then you're reading it. Then you do the transformations, and then you're writing it into another location, which means I need the S3, other second S3 location where I'm going to write it. That's all. If you know this, you don't need any other code. So PySpark is actually the easiest of all coding. If you actually think about it, and if you practice it once or twice, it is the easiest of all coding. Got it? Except that you need to know where to put full stop and write the methods. That it will come through practice. There's no other ways, no shortcut to that. Okay. So all we did was we understood how to extract the data, how to transform the data, and how to load the data. As simple as that. Okay. And that pretty much is what you need to know from this. So now I explained the scenario of a real-time scenario, and the code is as simple as this. This struct type and struct fill is a theoretical question, guys. They will, if they ask you to do it as well, is it difficult to do this?
No, sir.
No,
Sir.
sir.
And that's it. Even if they ask you, just create a very simple structure. We don't need 5 columns, 10 columns. We only need 2 columns. That's it. Put 2 data into a list of tuples. That's it. And spark.create data frame. Data, comma, schema. That's it. Okay. Now these functions, there are hundreds and thousands of these functions. We cannot remember everything. Okay. So what do? We only remember what is needed for our interview purpose. We know call, we know lit, we know sum, we know window, we know dense rank, row number. We know data types, which is string type, integer type. Okay. We know how to write UDFs. You remember UDFs?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's it, guys. This is all I need you to know in coding. Any face-to-face interview you go, you will smash it. Now, I always told you, when it comes to Python, that is where we will face struggles. I already told you, break the Python code into simple subcodes. Okay. Try to write it if you're doing on a face-to-face. Okay, if it's not face-to-face, it's a different story. I'll take care. Okay. But in face-to-face, try to write it. Try to write the structure. Okay. If you're not able to get it, just tell him, sir, I'm sorry. I'm not able to answer this. Can we go to the next question? Maybe that will be the only question you will not answer. Everything else you will be able to answer in your interview. Now, even that question, if it is coming from my syllabus, That is, we can answer it. If they ask anagram, palindrome, what was that, bubble sort, reverse a string and all that, we can do it. Fibonacci series. If it's coming from there, we can do it, no problem. But if it's coming outside that, don't be scared. Don't get nervous. Just say, can we move on to the next question? I use a lot of Copilot, so I've lost touch of it. Can we move to the next question? I'm very good in SQL and PySpark. Tell that. Because I know SQL and PySpark, you will be able to smash it, no matter what question he gives. Yes or no? Using CTAG, we can answer almost all questions.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Got it? That's it. Don't get nervous. A lot of people get nervous. Or I'm not able to answer this only. Oh, it's okay, darling. Even I cannot answer half of the questions they give in the interview. How? I mean, they put you on a spot and they're giving you some complex question to answer. If you don't know, you don't know. Why sit and scratch your head? If I've answered like 19 out of 20 questions, he is an idiot to not give me a job. We had an incident day before yesterday. There was this guy who went for a face-to-face, round 1, round 2, and client round as well, to Deloitte. All right. And the boss got offer this morning. Got it? That is how easy it is. Do not scratch your head and get nervous about Python. See, there's no ways I can predict all questions from Python because he's getting those questions from ChatGPT. All right, I cannot predict. But everything else, you guys know shortcuts. And he will love it if you use CTAG. He will love it if you break PySpark code into simple. So what I'll do is this question, if I get this question, all right, I will break this question into steps. Step 1, read data. Step 2, transform data. In that transformation, what am I doing? Then step 3, I will load the data, right? So now when you break it down, it is a very easy question if I'm not wrong. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So don't get worried and scared to say, I don't know. And if they're asking any question outside my syllabus, be brave and tell, I don't know. Okay. We cannot learn everything, but I will assure you that this guy, he must be an idiot to ask questions that is not part of this. He cannot. All right. I mean, 9 out of 10 interviews, you will get everything from my syllabus. Maybe 1%, boss, I don't know. If I knew that, then I'm God. Got it? So you understood this, guys? And that's it. You will not be executing this. It will be on a notepad. So don't worry if you miss a full stop somewhere or a dot somewhere or whatever. Don't worry.
Okay, miss.
We will not be
Wait.
executing this code.
Okay.
SQL, PySpark, Pandas, we will not execute the code. Pandas, they're not asking only. Now, I mean, it's been almost 1,000 interviews since they've asked Pandas questions. Okay. Any questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hey, tell me.
Sir, I am from the data science batch.
Yeah, tell me, darling.
So, sir, the all this will be like the process of interview you have just told. Will it be same for even the data science interviews? Like, do we have to only know the basics of the these transformations, or it will be more?
See, in your data science, they won't ask these transformations.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Data science will be all driven about your data science models. So you guys are the ones who will consume after this is done.
Okay.
All right. After everything is done, you guys are consuming this data. Okay?
So just like we need to have the idea of all the architecture and like the little bit of the basics of like how to use Spark and all.
Sorry, darling. Yeah, see, the reason we are training you on PySpark and this part, this data engineering side, Rahul,
Yes.
is because now it is expanding your horizon into two different domains.
Yes.
Correct. Now, whatever you learned from PySpark, right? That will
Yes.
all be relevant for your data engineering interviews.
Okay.
Okay, even the project that I'm going to do now, we're going to do Azure and we're going to do AWS projects. So that way we are able to you guys specifically, you're able to sit for both. Now in your CV, if you're applying for a data science,
Yes.
please 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 provide what do you call skills of big data and data science. Okay, please provide skills of big data and data science. You will get a lot of benefit because even in data science JD, if you go see now, they're asking for big data skills.
Okay.
Okay, which is why we are covering this as well. This is, I think, Browsers is the only company that is actually providing this big data slash data science course. We are starting something else, which again, nobody in the industry is providing, which is DevOps with AI. So again, where did I get this information? How do I decide these courses? I'll tell you how I do it. All right. Now, every Saturday, Sunday, I spend time with the CEOs, CTOs, directors. So recently, I told you, Accenture managing director, I was talking to him. Yesterday, they signed up they signed a project with Nationwide Bank in UK and Databricks. Now he's the managing director of data for Accenture for India, Mukesh. And they are looking for 3,000 uh, data engineers with the background of Databricks. Okay, this is what they've promised Nationwide. They got this project based on that only. Why? Because it's Nationwide is the world's biggest banking society. Okay, which means they have a lot of data. Even my mortgage is with Nationwide. Even my loan in UK for my property is from Nationwide. They are one of the biggest banking societies. So they have a lot of data because they're a banking society. They were not they were not focused on systems previously. Now they're trying to become a modernized bank. So for that, they need a lot of data engineers to clean up all the data that they have had for the last 100 years. You got it? So in your case, you have the advantage to apply for a data engineering role or a data science role or a data scientist with data engineering knowledge. You got it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That is why I merged this. Now, this guy, he also told me that another skill that they're actually looking for is DevOps with big data and AI knowledge. So previously, these three were separate roles. Data DevOps is separate role, data engineering is separate role, and AI is separate role. Now they are looking for a guy, they're looking for people who has knowledge of DevOps with data engineering and AI. Now, why DevOps with AI? Let me tell you. Because everybody today in the world is moving to AI. Now they want someone to come and build pipelines or CI/CD pipelines or DevOps infrastructure for AI projects. You understood? Which is why they need someone with that knowledge as well. You got it?
Yes, sir. And like this goes same with that how would you say, sir, that in AWS we will see that ETL pipelines and all.
Correct.
So like it this thing applies to that also, sir. Like we have
Yes,
to
we
learn
are
that
we are going to
only.
build projects based on this only.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay. So we are building courses predominantly for jobs. We are not building courses to give certification. This is what the real world, these are the skills that the real world needs, which is why we are designing courses so that you become. So let's say now Accenture puts an ad that I'm looking for what do you call a big data engineer. All right. Now, when they look for these skills, they will get people from other companies who are applying for this big data engineer. Okay. Now, that guy who's applying, he would only do interview based on what he did in the last company. So he will not have knowledge on the additional things that they're looking for. But are we are taming them. We are customizing the skills so that they fit perfectly. So who will get the priority? Us, right? Now, this guy I told you who got in Deloitte this morning, they offered. They did the first round, and the second round was supposed to happen after 2 days. They said this guy is really good. Let's finish second round, and today only we'll confirm. So they finished second round and final round on the same day. Pavan. They finished and they released the offer right next day only, and he's joining this week. Got it. Now, why is this happening? Because I know what skills they need, and we focused on those skills. That's all. Got it. So the reason we merged the data science and data engineering is so that you get the benefit of both. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right. Okay, so I'll continue this in the next session, guys. We have one more simple project, and then we will talk about memory allocation, and that's it. Now, for memory allocation, I'll give you a formula. You don't need to scratch your head. They will ask you, okay, how would you apply, how many executors do you need? If I have 5 GB data, how will you do this? And blah, 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 blah. I'll give you a formula for that. Simple formula. Write it on a piece of paper, stick it to your laptop, and just tell him this is exactly how I'll do it. He will give you a kiss. The way, if you explain it the way I ask you to explain it, he will give you a kiss. Stick it on a laptop. Don't be scared to write these small chits and stick it to your laptop. If you think you're going to get confused somewhere, no problem. Stick it on your laptop. Do it today. Because by the time if you go for a face-to-face interview, you will know exactly what it is. Okay. Anything that you're confused about, write a chit. Okay. Stick it on your laptop or stick it on your wall. Take notes. Okay. Don't be scared to do it. All right. Awesome. So memory allocation and one final project in the next session. That one final project is predominantly what libraries will you use to extract data from S3 and things like that. Okay. We will do this again when we come to AWS, but I just want to show you the code, the coding part. Okay. And then we can conclude and go to AWS. Once I finish AWS, then you will start Azure. Okay. And your most recent project will be Azure. The last project will be AWS. You got it? So we'll do both. But in your CV, the most recent project will be Azure, Databricks, and your last project will be AWS. You got it, guys? And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason is the massive hiring happening for Databricks at the moment. All right. We want to capitalize on that. So that way we are telling them, boss, we have both. You want choose whatever you want. All right. So the last 1 year I've been working on Azure, and before that I was working on AWS. So I have knowledge on everything. right? So that means that guy will pray to you and take you inside. And I'll keep it very simple. That way you understand everything. And both Azure and AWS are almost the same, except the names are different between them. And I'll give you a document to keep a track of that. Okay, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much. You guys understood today. Please practice today's session once or twice. It'll become your first nature. Trust me on that. Okay, if you don't practice, there's no ways I can, keep you, focused and tracked on it. All right, there is a lot of positions, and I think, see, every December, November, December, it's usually the quiet period. I think this December is going to be one of my busiest times. Last December was very busy. Same thing this December. I think it'll be very busy. Okay. So every day we're smashing 2, 3 offers. So I think it'll be quite busy this December. Okay. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Chris, I have to share one thing.
Yes, darling.
Yeah. Last week I was in Bangalore. Okay. But whoever I saw fair with the French spears and gym body guys, I remembering you.
Mia.
Yes. That's why I want to meet you seriously. Because so many guys are confused.
Whoever you saw.
Yes, whoever saw French spears with short hair, no? Short hair, gym body. I remembering you. This is Chris. After he turned, I saw his face. No, Chris is smart than him.
No.
Too much confusion last week.
Now, did you? Okay. Well, I mean, it's a.
Finally, Friday, I decided I should meet Chris. Then only it's confusion solved.
Okay. I'll tell you something, guys. I've been invited as a chief guest in IAMB on Friday and Saturday. Okay, I'm a guest speaker there, which is you know what IAMB is in IAM Bangalore.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Indian Institute of Management.
Yeah. So small story. I was I told you, no, I used to be a dumb student, right? And I mean, everybody used to be like, oh, I study in IIM and all that. And I went to Oxford, obviously a better university. But IIM is like IIM. All right. It was my, when I was young, people used to work hard and, work very hard to get into IIM. IIM is very difficult to get into, correct? Now, yesterday, I got an invite to come and be a chief guest and a guest of honor for their annual. They have this annual show. No, what do they call that? I don't know.
Annual day function.
Like that, something like that.
Fest.
Yeah, and they said we're going to feature Taurus and browse jobs there, and we'll do it ahead or not ahead, but in front of Misho, and which means I'm getting Misho is $1 billion company, right? But they asked me to do this, so we have a massive event happening for browse jobs in IAM on Friday and Saturday. Okay, if you guys are there, just come over. I'm speaking on Friday afternoon between 4 and 5 with some of the biggest CEOs in the world. I'll be debating with them, I'll be talking to them, and I'm doing a presentation about how to build companies. All right, people go to IIM to learn how to build companies, but I'm going to be teaching them how to build companies. It is a funny story. I am like, God plays weird games in life, and this is one of the weird ones. So I'll be there if you if you're there, just come around and let me know, and my team will be there. So you just give anybody a call, maybe they'll get you access in or something. And it's going to be a great event. It's about AI. It is for disruptive companies which is coming up with AI. So all the companies that is disrupting the future using AI, and I'm one of them using Taurus. So I might not be here on Friday. If you want to meet me, come on Thursday, Ramesh. Thursday or Wednesday, I'm here. You can come and talk to me.
So Friday class is there or not?
Friday, no class, but I'll take a longer class on Wednesday. I'll cover up that time on Wednesday.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Which is why I took half an hour extra today, and I'll do half an hour extra on Wednesday, and we'll cover that session. Don't worry. Okay. All right, guys. That's about it from me. And Ramesh, when you were comparing me with this
Yes.
guy, were they better looking than me or what?
Yeah, no, sir. You are only smart.
Okay, darling. Thank you so much.
I tell truth, sir. Okay.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Dad. Okay, tell loudly, no? Priyanka, are you listening? Make sure you tell the team, okay?
Everybody knows, sir. Why I am telling?
Yes, sir. French cut suit you the most, sir.
Yes.
French cut.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, you know what I call it? I call it midlife crisis. All right. Everybody, when they come and meet me, right, they think they're expecting some guy with soda buddhi classes and, oh, he's a PhD, so he must be wearing some tie or whatever. And I am coming out with a beard and this slope cut and things like that. So they're like, "Arey yaar, what is this guy?" See, I think I see when I was working for other clients or whatever, uh, you have to uh, be a certain way to prove certain things. But for me, I'm living my life, man. I think this is called midlife crisis. I thought I have to go back to being young again and enjoy my life and be happy in life. And that is what I'm trying to do. That's all. All right. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ramesh. You can, I'll
Sir,
definitely.
only one question, sir. Last question, sorry.
Yes, Ramesh, tell me, tell me.
I have some concerns to you, sir. If you give one examples for bad things means if if order anything, if big orders, for example, using your wife name, your wife.
Okay.
Last times you have given on examples. There are so many orders by my wife. So these kind of examples you are using your wife name, but you are going to datings or other things you are using Deepika Padukone, Tamanna, these kind of things. Why, sir?
Okay. Okay. I see. I want to. I
Very
don't.
pretty, sir, your wife. Seriously.
Okay. I don't know, boss. I don't know. I think, at least in my dreams, I'll live some good life. No, are you married, Ramesh?
Yes, sir. I have 2 kids.
Okay. Well, I have 2 kids. You see, when you are imagining, um, when you're dreaming, at least dream what with no limits. Yes, my wife is very pretty. I no doubt about it. She's very beautiful. I'll tell her this. Okay, but in my dreams, at least let me spend some time with Tamana. No? What's your problem, boss? She's your cousin sister, huh?
No, sir. I don't have any problem, but your examples like that.
I am just kidding, boss.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just having fun, man. Because if I tell my wife, then it becomes a serious conversation. But if I tell Deepika Padukone and Tamanna, it becomes fun. And I want to have fun when I'm teaching. All right.
Okay. Got it.
Because if I am being serious, then I'm like any other teacher who is, A for apple, B for ball, and everybody's bored, right? But when I use first wife, second wife, girlfriends, then people want to listen. Why is this guy talking about girlfriends and
Yeah.
right? So now
Yes.
then I have exposure, but otherwise you are even you
Yeah, I know, sir. I know, sir.
even you can do it, Ramesh. It's in your dreams. You can dream about anybody.
I can dream, but I could not tell my dream. You you tell Dan in front of, but in front of me, my wife only, na, sir.
Rascal. Don't tell your wife, no. No, actually, my wife also knows this. So she knows I talk about all this. In fact, she might sit in some of my classes as well. Even she's a data engineer. She is a data engineer in ITC Infotech. So she used to be backend engineer in HCL, Capgemini, and then I upskilled her and I placed her into data engineering in ITC. And now she's again changing. She's going into something else. So she's learning Azure now, Azure Databricks. So she might sit in your Azure classes. All right. So she knows this is how I am. My kids also know. My daughter comes and tells me, why do you look at girls' videos on Instagram? Array, if I don't look, who else will look, man?
That's why she is tolerating all the things, sir. Tolerance means don't get wrong things. Tolerance manage.
Yeah, she knows I am. She knows I am like this. People who know me for a long time, they know I'm just. I like being. When you come to interview stage, you will not like me. Trust me, you will hate me. All right. You will curse me. You will be like, this idiot is such a dick. All right. But for me, my kids have to prosper. So when I'm in the teaching mode, I teach like this, have fun or whatever. When it comes to delivery, right? When it comes to interview stage, I will put a lot of pressure. You will not like me then. There was this girl last week, Indumati. She was a test engineer. Priyanka, was she in Capgemini or somewhere? I don't know. I don't remember. All right. So she was on the verge of getting laid off or whatever. Okay. And I went sat in her client round. Okay. And I was not happy. Because she did not explain the architecture the way I told her to explain. Half an hour, I went mental. She hated me. She called up Priyanka. She complained to Priyanka. She said, Chris, she's shouting at me. Even my parents didn't shout at me. Even my husband didn't shout at me. Next day, madam got offer. Next day, she got offer. And that's when I told, this is why I put pressure. See, good things cannot be extracted from human beings without pressure. We won't even move a small finger if we don't get pressure. Okay. For me, learning has to be fun, but when you go to delivery, you have to run. Like, I'll tell you one good incident, okay?
Okay.
You remember this next time, okay?
Okay.
There was this guy in UK. He is a heavyweight champion, okay? He lifted 500 kilograms, dead weight. Okay, 500 kg. His weight was 180 or 200. He was 180 kilos, but he lifted 500, almost double his weight. Now, in medical science, it is not possible. Okay, so everybody were questioning, how did he do it? Did he take drugs? Did he do that? Did he do this? They started investigating this. Okay, so they asked him, boss, how did you do it? You know what he said? That is what inspiration is. Okay, he said, when I was lifting that weight, I did not look at that weight. I didn't think it was weights that I was lifting. I was thinking that my son is under a car.
Got it.
And I was lifting that car to save my son. You got it? And that is why he was able to lift it. Not because he thought it was 500 kilograms. Now, when you go to interviews, I tell everybody, Don't think you're going for an interview to crack an interview and get a job. Think that you're going to interview so you can give your children a good education. Think how much difference will 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs make in my life? How much difference will it make for my kids' life? Right? How much difference will it make for their future? And you see how you will crack your interview. All right, that is the pressure you should have on your head. Now, when I come and do these classes, I don't need to do these classes. I can hire someone and do it, right? I already have other trainers. But why do I come and do it? Because I do it so that I I feel like I'm creating futures of your children. So I give my 100%, not 100, 500%. I am thinking it is my responsibility towards your family. All right, not my family, towards your family. And that's when I come and give 100%. Not only me, my entire team thinks like that. When you come into your deployment stage, now you will see how my team will work. You will be shocked. They'll be like, how are they working so much in coordination? Everything happens on time. Everything happens like it's like a smooth process. All right, documentation, your CV, your projects, everything will happen. Tung, 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 it'll go. All right, because they're all family people. You must have seen all my girls are housewives. All right, they all have children. They all work for their children and make sure your children is also safeguarded like their children. If you don't have children, like your family, your parents, your uh, your loved ones. And that is the commitment I have. If I want to make money, I would be sitting in UK, work for 1 hour as a CTO or something. I'll get 10 times more. My bonus will be in millions. I don't need to do that. I'm here because every life I fix, it is a blessing to my mother. That's all. I'm doing this for my mother. All right. So I make sure that I deliver 1000% of what I can do to make sure everybody's life is fixed. But you should also work with me like that. Only I think about like this and you don't, then we are not in the same page. Got it? So next time you sit in front of a book, I keep telling everyone, stick a picture of your kids and write on a piece of paper 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, whatever your goal is, and what difference will it make to your family? That new house, that new car, that school. There was this guy, I'll give you another example. I forgot his name. He's from Tirupati, okay? This guy was 45 when he came to me. He was doing some business. And his business, he lost his business because of COVID. He came to me and he said, "Sir, someone told me about you. Can you help me do this?" I'm not lying. I'm swear on my kids. Okay. I'll bring him to this call one day. Okay. This guy, he trained with me and I placed him in Genpact. This was last year. It's been about 14 months. I swear to God, his daughter was 17. He did not have money to pay for her college fees. I'm not kidding. Okay. Today he has 2 houses in Tirupati. He bought 2 apartments, one rented out in the same building. Okay. He bought a phone, you know, that folding Samsung phone. Okay. I had a normal phone. Okay. I had an OnePlus normal phone, like 30,000-40,000 phone. He bought that phone, and that day it motivated me to go buy that phone. Now I can afford that phone. But I watched that video that when he bought this phone for his daughter, 1 lakh something plus that phone is 1.5 lakh, I think, if I'm not wrong. And I had tears in my eyes because I know the day I met him in my house, he had tears in his eyes. I don't know how to manage this. I don't know how to manage my family. They think I have a business running, but I don't have a business, sir. Okay. And that is blessings. That's all. Now today he calls me every 2-3 weeks. He said, "Sir, ela unnar sir, baunnara sir, tinnara sir, ponukuna sir, inko gil konnanu sir. I bought an apartment. Come to opening ceremony or whatever." Right? Now think with respect to your loved ones. You will succeed. Don't think I'm doing this because I need more salary, or I'm doing this because I need to clear an interview or whatever. Think with respect to your family. Trust me, the progress you will make is immense. Watch this video about this heavyweight guy. It is a true story. He lifted 500 kilograms, which is medically, scientifically not possible. Impossible. And he said, I lifted because my son was stuck under that car. And I imagined I'm rescuing my son. That's how it works, guys. Okay? So, okay, Ramesh?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, darling. Now, I will lift that car if Tamanna is stuck there.
Is it there?
We will lift the truck.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. But anyways, I'll meet you. You can meet me. Come to my office. You can meet me. Friday,
Sure,
Saturday,
sir.
I'm not here, but any other time you should be okay.
Next month I will, sir. Every month I will come. It's
All right. All
Okay.
right. Sure.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Good night.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir.
Thank you.